Hello students, today we will start the most interesting topic of biology, that is the fundamental unit of life called cell. So what is cell? Cell is the smallest tiny particles which is also known as the basic structural and functional unit. Cells are responsible to form complete body design and cells are responsible to perform every function in an organism. Therefore, we will define cell is the basic tiny particles which are also known as basic unit of life because cells are the smallest particle that governs structure and function of any body. The next topic in this concept is discovery of cell. How cell was discovered? The cell was discovered by a renowned personality in the field of biology, Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke discovered cell in 1665 by the help of a magnifying lens in the bark of the tree. As we know, the outermost brown stem contains bark of the tree. When Robert Hooke magnifies the bark of the tree, Robert Hooke found some small room-like structure. These small room-like structure are termed as cell. Therefore, Robert Hooke was the personality who discovered cell in 1665. But the cells were dead. Why? Because bark of the tree contains dead cell. Okay, this basic unit of life has its own typical structure. What is the structure of cell? So, suppose that this is a cell and the outermost boundary of the cell is called cell membrane or plasma membrane. And in the central region of the cell, one dense cell organelle is there. This dense cell organelle is called nucleus. The outermost boundary of the nucleus is termed as nuclear membrane. And in between the cell membrane and the nuclear membrane, there is a fluid present inside the cell. This fluid is termed as cytoplasm. Why it is named so? It is named so because cyto means cell and plasm means fluid. That is, fluid present inside the cell is termed as cytoplasm. And cytoplasm is present in between the nuclear membrane and the cell membrane. Afterwards, in this whole world, the biggest cell on the earth is an ostrich egg. This ostrich egg is visible with the help of naked eyes, while the smallest cell present on the earth is mycoplasma. The another name of mycoplasma is PPLO. What is the full form of PPLO? PPLO is pleuropneumonia-like organism. This is the smallest cell present in this whole universe. Therefore, on the basis of number of cells, as we know, the organisms contains various number of cells. Therefore, on the basis of number of cells, we will classify organisms into three categories. First category is unicellular organism. As we know, the word uni means single. And those organisms which contains only one cell in their body, such organisms are said to be unicellular organisms. For example, the most common example is amoeba, as we all know. The second example is paramecium. Next example is euglena, and many more examples are possible for unicellular organisms because uni means single and organisms means the anything which have life. So there are different various organisms which contains only one cell in their body. Such animals or such organisms are called unicellular organisms. Next category is multicellular organism. multi means many, and cellular means cell. That means there are various organisms which contains various cell in their body. Such organisms are known as multicellular organism as they have many cells in their body. For example, human beings. Human beings have trillions of cells in their body. The another example is cat, dog, etc. The next category is acellular organism. As we know, unicellular organism contains single cell in their body, while multicellular organism contains many cells in their body. Then acellular organisms contains incomplete cell. We consider acellular organism as they doesn't have any particular complete cell in their body. For example, viruses. This term is very common nowadays because we are fighting with coronavirus. This coronavirus is an example of acellular organism. Why? Because coronavirus remains dead outside the body but remains living inside the body. So, acellular organisms are those organisms which doesn't have complete cell in their body. Now, I will recap all these concepts in very compact way. What is cell? Cell is the smallest particle. Cell सबसे छोटी इकाई है. It is the smallest particle of the body, which helps to form structure and function. जो structure और function बनाती है. Who discovered cell? So cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. How Robert Hooke discovered cell? Cell was discovered by the help of simple microscope. This simple microscope is nothing but only a magnifying lens. Magnifying lens के help से Robert Hooke visualized bark of the tree and find out the dead cells in the bark of the tree. This is the typical structure of cell. सबसे बाहर वाली boundary, outermost boundary is called cell membrane. Just in the middle of the cell, one dense cell organelle is there. That dense cell organelle is called nucleus. Outermost boundary of nucleus is called nuclear membrane. Cell membrane, nuclear membrane के बीच one fluid is there. That fluid is called cytoplasm because cyto means cell and plasm means fluid. Cyto की meaning cell है, plasm की meaning fluid है. Therefore, cytoplasm is defined as cell fluid, that is fluid present inside the cell. On the basis of number of cell, there are three categories. First is unicellular. Uni means single. That means there are the different organisms having only one cell in their body. Multicellular means there are different organisms having more than one cell in their body. And acellular organism, that is organism having incomplete cell. उनके पास एक सेल भी कंप्लीट नहीं है. ऐसा माना जाता है कि ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म के पास एक कंप्लीट सेल भी नहीं है और जो होस्ट बॉडी के बाहर डेड होते हैं, जैसे ही होस्ट के अंदर आते हैं वो लिविंग हो जाते हैं. एग्जाम्पल आएगा वायरसेस. वायरस का एक कॉमन एग्जाम्पल अभी हमने कोरोना वायरस देखा है और देख ही रहे हैं. तो कोरोना वायरस किसका एग्जाम्पल है? कोरोना वायरस इज एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म. In the end of this video, I will give you one question that you have to answer in the comment box. The question is that in this whole world, the biggest cell is ostrich egg and the smallest cell is mycoplasma. But you have to answer one question that which cell is the biggest cell in our body and which cell is the smallest cell in our body. You have to search it for and you have to give answers in the comment box. Okay, that's all for this video. Thank you. Hello students.